Hey guys, welcome back to another video. In today's video, we're doing another What's It Worth on one of the recent finds in this event regarding Duskits. Now, as many of you guys know, I have actually made a video regarding the Gamma Santa Duskit already, but in today's video, standing right behind me is actually the Gamma Rainbow Santa Duskit. Now, this beauty of a find was found by none other than Tuxedo Extreme, so shout out to you and make sure to go sub and check out his content. In addition to this, the rarity of finding this Loomian is immense, as correction to my previous video regarding Rainbow Wisp, to find one it's actually a 125 chance, stacked in with a 1 in 640 to find the Gamma, and with the odds of finding a 1 in 256 for both Charm and Boost activated for the Duskit, we're looking at a 1 in 20,480,000 chance to find in the wild. Although this being said, a lot of traders are confused as to what the value of this is going for, especially since there are actually roughly 4 of these found. Taking all this into account, the first trade was actually gone for around 1,000 HDR. Correct me if I'm wrong, but that is straight from what I've heard mainly. But since already 4 of them have been found, we can confirm that the demand of it is still relatively high. However, the GR has actually dropped because of the quantity. And in taking note of the Rainbow was found, we can say that this GR range actually ranges around 130 to 140 GR value, but with extremely high demand. Because not only can it hypnotize, but you can mount it, and it's an event roamer, which is also a Rainbow Wisp. So with all this being said, let's get into the trading process. So first things first, let's actually go into the trade chat and let's type in looking for offers on Gamma Rainbow Wisp Santa Duskit, and boom, and let's wait for offers. All right, we do have a trade request incoming from Dymo Gaming Rocks and Adam is an Illusion. So let's first trade Dymo and let's see what Dymo has to trade with us today. Let's throw in our Santa and let's see. So we do start off with a Gamma Mutagon Pure Nimble, a Gleaming Duskit Pure Indifferent, an SA Twilight, which does seem like it is PvP trained, and it does seem like this is Dymo's final offer, but we'll quickly check in a second. So I did just ask Dymo as to what his final offer was, and he did just remove the previous 2 Loomians, so it does look like we have an SA Twilight. So with all seriousness, is this trade worth it? If we're gonna take in the fact that the Mutagon and the Duskit are actually for trade, and we're just assuming that the Twilight is just for trolls, all 3 of these Loomians considered together are still not worth it. That being, they are a thumbs down. The main reason for this is because of the fact that the Mutagon doesn't have the strongest demand with low GR, and the Duskit itself is pure indifferent, so it is actually 1 GR. You throw on the SA Twilight, it doesn't really provide any GR value. So with all that being said, this trade is once again a thumbs down. But let's get into our next trade. So we do have multiple trade requests. We're going to trade first with Adam, and we'll go down the list. So let's see what Adam is Illusion has to trade with us today. All right, and let's throw in our Duskit, and let's see what Adam has to bring to us today. So we are starting with a Gamma Gravestone Pure Nimble, a Gamma Celestine Pure Nimble, a Gamma Mimask Pure Nimble, an SA Santa Duskit Pure Nimble, an SA Honeycomb Icy Gold Pure Nimble, an SA Xmas Orange Protagon Pure Nimble, a Gleam Pink Xmas Protagon, which is pure clever, a Gleam White and Gleam Red Protagon, both pure nimble, a Gleaming Halloween Blue Akalos Pure Indifferent, an SA Pure Nimble Halloween Akalos, a Gamma Metronet Pure Nimble, and a Gleam Xmas Red Protagon Pure Nimble. Now it does seem like this is Adam's final trade, but we'll quickly check in a second. All right, so I did just ask Adam as to what his final trade is, and he did just say everything in this box. Now this in mind, is this trade worth it? This trade is a thumbs up. With all being said, all these Loomians do equate to really great GR, and we do throw in the Gleam Ikazune Pure Nimble, so we once again throw up and bump that GR and value with great demand. You take into consideration of the Gamma Xmas Gravestone, which is sitting at a really good standing point for GR and value. You also throw in the Mimask, which unfortunately isn't the greatest as of now. However, it does bump it up with around 15-ish GR. And then now we have our Celestine, which as you guys now know from my previous video, is roughly around 35 to 40 with good demand, as it's been recently on a rise due to the Soulburst update. One of the biggest things that are contributing to this trade are overall the Gamma Metronet and the SA Santa Duskit, because although the SA Duskit itself isn't the strongest, it does provide some sort of value because it is an SA event reskin roamer. Same thing with the Protagon, because the actual SA for Protagon is really good for hunting. So that being said, these Loomians actually do provide a great source of value to offer up as ads. So that being said, once again, this is a thumbs up, and let's get into our next trade. All right, and our next trade is going to be coming from DuI_D. Let's see what Dewey or ID has to share with us today. Let's throw in our Duskit and let's see. So we do throw in a Gleam SA Xmas Red Protagon Pure Robust, a Gamma Halloween Elephage Pure Nimble, a Gamma Rainbow Wisp Dractus Pure Nimble, a Gamma Duskit Pure Nimble, a Gamma Protagon Pure Nimble, another Gamma Protagon Pure Indifferent, a Gamma Ikazune Pure Frail Unfortunate on the personality, a Gamma Ikazune Robust Sluggish, once again unfortunate on the personality, but we do throw in a Gamma Metronet Frail Robust, a Gamma Grimuline Pure Nimble, another Gamma Grimuline Clumsy Clever, another one which is Pure Nimble, another one which is once again Pure Nimble, and a Gamma Glaciadia Pure Nimble. We actually do swap in one of the Loomians over here. I believe it was one of the Ikazunes, for a Gamma Orange Patterned Icy Ghoul Pure Nimble. Now before we get into any conclusions, let's quickly ask Dway as to what their final offer is, and we'll quickly cut into that. So before I can even type in, actually Dway actually did respond, so I'm assuming this is Dual Dway. I don't know. You can comment in the comment section as to what your actual username is and how pronounce it, but I did actually just say all this. So with this in mind, is this trade worth it? This trade is a massive thumbs up. One of the main contributors to this trade is actually the Gamma Halloween Elephage as well as the Gleam SA Xmas Protagon. Although the nature of the Protagon is unfortunate, being that it is pure robust, it does make up for the fact that it is indeed a Gleam SA, and you throw that in with the high demand of the Gleam, you throw that in with the high demand of the Gamma Halloween Elephage, as well as everything else in the for show box. All this does equate to a massive GR and is actually a massive overpay. It would be a no-brainer to take this trade as it does provide high GR and extremely high demand to work with. So with that being said, this is once again a thumbs up. But let's get into our next trade. All right, and our next trade is coming from JuneLog0909. So let's see what June has to share with us today. Let's throw in our Duskit and let's see what June has to bring to us. So we do start off with a Gamma Arceros Pure Nimble, a Gamma Wobblisk Pure Nimble, a Gamma Akalos Pure Nimble, and it does seem like this might be June's final trade, but we'll quickly check in a sec. So I did ask June as to what his final offer is, and he did actually come around here and did say done all this. Now with all this being said, is this trade worth it? With the addition of all the new Loomians he did throw in, including the Gleam Protagon, which is Tender Smart, a Gamma Sharpod Pure Nimble, a Gamma Mutagon Pure Nimble, a Gleam Plush a Duskit Pure Nimble, another Gamma Akalos Pure Nimble, another Gamma Wobblisk Pure Nimble, a Gamma Imperior Pure Indifferent, a Gleam Bronze Oxydrake Hyper Sluggish, a Gleam Christmas Gargolem Brawny Tender, and a Gleam Silver Eleguana Pure Indifferent. It does beg the question as to whether or not it's actually pushing towards the GR and the demand of the Duskit, which I'll tell you straight up is a thumbs down. Main reason being that the actual GR of all these Loomians combined isn't strong enough to actually compete with the GR of the Duskit. If anything, I can roughly assume that the GR of all this together is just about around the 80 GR-ish range, which is roughly around half of it. You also have to consider the fact that the demand of all this actually still bumps it up a little bit higher, but it still doesn't quite make it close to the Duskit. Keep in mind the Duskit has high GR range and high demand range. So with all this being said, this trade is once again a thumbs down. But let's get into our next and final trade. All right, and our last trade is going to be coming from Toba_God8. So let's see what Toba has to trade with us today. Let's throw in the Duskit and let's see what Toba has to bring to the table today. So we do start off with a Gleam Gremlin Pure Nimble, a Gleaming Gargolem Pure Nimble, a Gleam Celestine Pure Nimble, a Gamma Cinnamoth Pure Nimble, a Gleam Makame Pure Nimble, a Gamma Dobo Pure Indifferent. And it does seem like this is Toba's final trade, but we'll quickly check in a sec. So I did ask Toba as to what his final trade is, and he did say, I'm not that rich, but I'm subbed. So hey, thank you once again, Toba, for subscribing. Thank you. I appreciate you guys so much. You guys have been doing amazing with the support lately, as well as for the merch. Once again, major shout out to the MVP iFro for actually buying some of the most merch recently. So shout outs to you and kudos to everyone who's been actually buying the merch recently and subscribing and joining the channel. Once again, thank you all. But with all this being said, is this trade worth it? This trade, unfortunately, Toba, is not worth it, as all the Loomians combined together actually don't really push towards, I think, even 2-3 GR. So although it is not close to the value of the Duskit, I will give you the pat on the shoulder for saying thank you for subscribing and welcome to the channel. With that being said, let's conclude this trade. Alrighty guys, that's gonna be it for today's video. Hope you guys did enjoy. Make sure to like and subscribe, join our Discord server, as well as join our Twitter giveaway regarding the Gleaming Halloween Purple Dakota. We're actually really close, I think roughly less than 40 subs to actually hitting that milestone, or 7,700 subscribers, which is the requirement for the giveaway to actually end. With that being said, join that giveaway before it's too late, and make sure while you're at it to also cop some of our new merch, which is actually only 5 Robux, with the limited being 50 Robux. So join our Roblox group for that. We're actually getting a lot of members almost every day. So once again, shout outs to all of you. And with that being said, remember, pineapples are vegetables. I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care, stay safe, peace.
New perspective gained from all the pain and stress, and when I